You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Hello, welcome back to the podcast. It's so good to have you here. As always, I really want to inspire you with what I share in today's episode, and I hope you walk away feeling very motivated, energized, filled up, and ready to smash that next role that you get cast in, or even that next role that you practice at home. I'm talking to you today about how you can leave the character on set so you don't traumatize the cat. Yes, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, but sometimes there are people that take characters home. And this can have a really negative impact on the people around them. And we absolutely don't want this. We want you to get lost in the role, but to emerge out of it as yourself. Sometimes method acting can get a bad rep because people think, oh, it's really bad for your mental health. No, it's a form of creativity. If something is bad for your mental health, it has got to be because of the way you're approaching it. It doesn't matter what technique you use, any technique, whether it be method acting, whether it be Bertolt Brecht's technique, or whether it be Artaud's technique, whatever it is, you can still get so lost in a character that you don't know how to shake it off because you're using your imagination, and your imagination is very, very, very powerful. So I want to impart you with tools today that are going to help you get lost in the role, so you tell the absolute truth, but then come the end of the audition or the end of the production, you can shake it off and you can go back home being yourself. So if you think about iconic characters where the actor is absolutely immersed in that role and brought absolute truth to it, we've got characters like Batman, Neo, the Joker, Miranda Priestley, Hannibal Lecter. Obviously, this is not an exhaustive list. There are way more iconic characters than that. But the ones that I've mentioned are iconic characters, and these characters could not have been made possible without the sheer commitment from the actor. And that's the first thing you're going to need, is commitment to the character, to breathe life into it, to find the truth. You are absolutely capable of doing that, and you are capable of creating similar iconic performances. You never need to put a Hollywood actor or an actor that you've seen on Netflix on a pedestal above you, because they're still a human like you. The only difference is they're committing and using techniques that perhaps you're not using right now that you need to learn. And that technique is method acting. Method acting allows you to get into the heart, the soul, the shoes, the mind, the body of the role. So you're not just acting, you're not faking this character, you are living through their world as if you are them. And you can also use method acting safely, so you never take that character home, because let's be honest, your cat don't want you coming home as Batman. Might be fun for a little while for your cat, but then after a bit it's going to get bored. They want you back. Your mum, your dad, your husband, your wife, whoever it is that you live with, they want you because they love you. They love the work that you do, but they don't want you bringing your work home. Just like you don't want them bringing their work home, because it gets a little bit annoying after a bit. So how do we do this? How do we do this when it is so easy to get super engrossed? So let's say you've got casting the role as a serial killer or a ball-breaking bitch. Nobody wants you bringing those home because they're not nice characters. But they're the ones that we tend to get very, very engrossed in. So how do we shake them off? Well, firstly, I'm going to tell you how to connect to the character so you actually are able to engross in them even further. And then I'm going to tell you how you can shake them off so you are aware that this is always your job. This is being creative. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find the character's purpose. And there's two reasons I want you to do this. Number one is because it's going to allow you to engross deeper into them and immerse deeper into them. But secondly, when you've figured out what the character's purpose is, you always know you're telling a story. That's what we are as actors. We are storytellers. It just so happens we do it in a different medium to a voiceover artist or to a musician or to a singer. You find the purpose by reading the script multiple times. Might not always jump out at you straight away, but after a few reads, it will. Then the second thing you do is you nail their life story. It serves a few purposes to do a life story for a character. Number one, it gets you in your creative mindset, in your imagination, and it just allows you to write whilst not thinking. So you surrender in the moment. It allows you to create this character on a deeper level beyond the script. And it also allows you to merge together, because when you're writing a backstory, you start to find all the ways that you and the character overlap. This means when it comes to shooting or it comes to performing this character on stage, you've already allowed yourself to get very invested in them because you've taken the time to write this backstory, or life story, it can be known as that. So then you're obviously going to go through the production, whether it's film or whether it's theatre, and you're going to play them in a way where it's not you and the character. You've become one, you've merged, and you're finding new moments, and you're becoming more and more invested because you've figured out what it is to be in that person's shoes. And this is where it can get a little bit blurry. I remember in my training we had to do a project where we were out in the woods for 6 weeks as these characters. And of course, because we're constantly living the characters day in, day out, it's very easy to blur the lines between who you are and who the character is. This did lead to one of the other actresses actually allowing the feelings of the character to spill over into her personal life. And then it made her scene partner very, very uncomfortable. And that's because she didn't take time to decompress after. You've got to do that. You've got to get out of your heart once the production's over. Get out of your heart and back into your head. Get rational, get logical at the end of the production. Decompress by going back to all of the things that you as the actor love. So you can slowly shake that character off. Now that might be going to the gym. That's a really good way to shake things off. It might be going to a dance class. It might be painting. It might be baking. It might be spending time with your family. It might be going for a walk in nature. It might be taking a karate class. It might be going to choir and singing. Whatever it is, start doing the things that you love. Even do the things that you don't love, like the house cleaning the toilets, just anything that regrounds you and gets you back into your daily life. Because that way, you will decompress. You'll give your nervous system time to go, and now we're back in the routine of the actor. And that stops you getting so lost that firstly you annoy everyone else because they're like, oh my God, when are we ever actually going to see this person back? Are they always just going to be Barbie? Are they always just going to be Ken? And secondly, it stops you blurring lines. Because let's be honest, set life can be intense. Stage productions can be intense. We get caught up in this little bubble, this world that we absolutely love, but then that bubble is popped when the production ends. But you've got to work safely, because when you work safely, not only are you allowing yourself to reintegrate back into daily life, but then you're starting off afresh for the next character from a blank canvas rather than the previous character bleeding through into the new character, because we don't want the same mannerisms. We don't want this new character that you're playing being a combination of all the past characters that you've played. This is a fresh person, a new person to play with their own unique set of mannerisms, their own unique set of behaviours, their own unique way of expressing themselves in the world. Now, another way that you can actually decompress, regulate your nervous system, is to do an exercise called step out. Because it resets the nervous system after all of those heightened emotions that you've experienced in the scenes. It takes you back to a place of balance and being grounded. The step out is a very, very simple yet very powerful exercise that not only regrounds you, but makes you feel very, very relaxed, very centered, very present, very back in the moment. I'm going to be showing you how to do this in the 5-day method acting challenge. Once we've completed all 5 challenges, once you have taken yourself to that point where you've immersed deeply into the character, and then going to show you how to get out of it and go back to you. So all of the exercises leading up to the step out will show you exactly how to evaporate your nerves, how to be bold and brave with your character choices, how to get lost in the character so you stop acting, and then we'll end it by doing the step out. This is a brilliant challenge. I highly recommend you do it because it's going to take your performances to the next level, the absolute next level. So you actually start getting recognised and noticed even in this early stage of your acting career. Because once you start getting noticed, more opportunities present themselves to you. So the link is underneath the episode. Go and enroll in that. We start on Monday, the 23rd of October. You can be from anywhere in the world to take the 5-day method acting challenge, and you're going to get feedback after every single challenge, so you always know how you're progressing. It is such a fun challenge to take part in. I've had people take it multiple times because that's how much they love it. You will just feel so creative, so alive, so in character. You'll be like, why have I never used these exercises before? I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.